Hello patients, I'm Dr. Colonel Failure and you're here at the Hollywood Clinic to the Stars, and we've got a slight problem going on. When I left you last time I was starting to move things around. Things, as you can plainly see, have been moved around. If we have a quick look upstairs, I'll show you the glorious success that awaits you. Now, this success in itself, I quite like it. I can talk you through this a little more in the fullness of time. However, we've got a problem, people, and that problem is we've got a blockage somewhere in the queue of treating patients because we are approaching all beds full. I've had to take out a loan. I took it out because I needed like $1,000 to finish off the job. But ever since then, we've just been losing a couple of thousand a day. And I don't seem to be able to track down exactly where the bottleneck has occurred. I've also got a sneaky trick for you that I'll show you immediately after the bombastic intro. So I think a quick tour of the facilities is in order, and as you can see, I've put a bathroom in up here because the one thing I've observed is that ward patients, first thing in the morning, they all like to go to the loo. So I've given them 5 berths to choose from, including a double widther at the end for those who require a little bit more space. 3 sinks, 2 hand dryers, seems to be working very, very well. I've also put a cleaning closet in next door to that. It has 3 bays, but I'm only employing 2 cleaners at the moment, 1 on the day shift, 1 on the night shift. Right, that's enough about that. We've got the whole of, so this is the regular ward here, which currently has, what's that, 8, look at that, it's 15 beds we've got in there. And then next door to that is observation, and this has, flipping heck, 6, 9, no, 6, 9, 12. We've got 12 beds in observation. Every one of these beds is full. It's completely occupied. The 2 down the end here are spares. That's ready for me to move high dependency or ICU upstairs in the fullness of time. But that's assuming, of course, I can actually get a hospital working again. When you come downstairs, here's high dependency. You see one of them being carted off there, and then all of these are also full. You go over to intensive care, and all of these are full as well. Basically, everything's full because there is a bottleneck in the treatment process. Now, I had this once before, and I resolved it by sticking a trolley in one room. Now then, I've done some trolley work already to try and fix that, but we're going to do a bit more just to be on the safe side. Anyway, I wanted to show you off a sneaky trick here. These 2 trolleys both belong to these 2 observation wards. How can that be, I hear you cry? Or, well, probably don't actually. You probably figured this one out for yourself. But as you can see, what I've done is I've extended into the corridor to make this bit of the corridor part of the ward. See, that way the trolley belongs to the ward. You can leave your trolley outside. It works fine. The room goes, yeah, we got a trolley. Got one. Definitely got one. So I like that approach so much. I've done it twice. And then I think I need to do another one in here as well. But yeah, last time I did it, it was the application of a trolley that got things working again. This ward has definitely got one. It lives there, so it's obviously out and about at the moment. Up the tempo a bit, son. No, he's busy picking them up. But here's the thing: they get picked up. They go downstairs. Come on, let's see if we can't catch the action down at the bottom end. No, is it trapped in limbo? Here we go, coming out. Right. Okay, so who have we got here? This is Brooke Lewis, who's got appendicitis, and what does she need? She's got regular observation and hospitalisation. Well, you see, this is no good to me. What we want here is we want laparoscopic to get her out of hospital, because that's no good to us if that's the case. Evidently, I am going to have to go through. Look at all this lot. I've expanded this list. Usually I leave it down the bottom because I don't care. But I've expanded it, and it's full of people that are just having difficulties. Now, I've got no problem with people that I can't treat, but then you get these 3 clowns who are sitting around here doing nothing. Carol and Barbara and Beard, Frank Lawson, they're just sitting around. Meanwhile, you're waiting for Barbara. She's here. She's not doing anything. She's idle at present, and I don't know why. I don't seem to be able to reorder the patients in any particular fashion. Hold on, who's this coming? No, see, that's my cleaners. The cleaners are working absolutely fine, unless you've already been done and you're being picked up. That's possible. No, it's not possible. No, these 3 nodding heads here are just a waste of my time. And the night shift are just as bad. They don't seem to be that fussed about actually treating their flaming patients. Oh no, they had been done. So maybe we're just waiting for the next lot. I don't know. Let's continue to observe, shall we? That's the scientific thing to do. Now, it could be that having moved all of the wards upstairs, that what we've got is a situation where we can't quite get through all of the patients as quickly as we'd like. That's certainly possible. The transit time may be a factor in making that happen. But I mean, there we go. See, look, she's been in there. She's been scrutinising the records. Patient turns up. The nurse has cleared off with the trolley. There you go. She's done now. She's going back to playing Risk online against people. Oh, she's reserved to interview Carol Rodriguez. Okay, good. Well, I hope Carol appreciates it. Is this Carol coming in now? Well, I mean, it appears it could well be. Are you Carol? Hernandez. Why did I say Rodriguez again? That's very odd. Right, what have we got? Active treatment, rest, ICU. We can't stick her in ICU. So she's got some kidney problems going on. I mean, dialysize that thing. Although the dialysis machines only exist in ICU. Speaking of which, these lot have been in here for a while. What do we got? Available examinations, we've done all of that. ICU hospitalisation is ongoing. IV antibiotics we've got going on at the moment. And then HDU hospitalisation, which we can't get in because all the beds are full. I think what's happened is that we're waiting for patients to move between rooms, and it's working like a sliding cat puzzle, which is something I mention regularly. It's a jigsaw puzzle, effectively, but it's all tile-based, and you slide it. Or if you search sliding cat puzzle, you'll see what I mean. Basically, you move one tile in order to slide the next one in, and get them all in place, and what have you. But there's no end in throughput going on. What's going on with you there, Chief? You've got there's just a lot of trauma happening in here, and it doesn't seem to be the operating theatre that's slowing things down. That seems to be operational. People come in. I mean, look, we've got another dead 'un out in the car park here because Johnny Stretcher is waiting to get someone into triage. You're waiting for a bed. There are no beds. All the beds are occupy. And my bank balance is occupy also. Now, when I fixed this beforehand, it was one trolley movement that did the job. So maybe one trolley is all we need. If I take out another loan, which I really don't want to do, you can only take out 20 grand. That's your lot. But if we ping back through a couple of days, 6 grand, 5, 7, 5, flipping what? Oh my giddy aunt. You have to go back a fair chunk before you get to the point where we're actually making some money. Those times will be with us again once I've figured out what the heck is causing the problem. The game actually has a reasonably good system for helping you out on that front because it will drop the number of patients you get. Now that's supposedly as a penalty of some kind, but in this case it actually helps you out. Right, now then, let's not you, sorry, wrong room, next door. This one, that's the one I want, and we want equipment. No, you were on the right one. Let's bang a stretcher in here. I was pretty sure I already had one, but let's stick another one in anyway. And then, I don't know, and then we're talking what? Hiring nurses to move people around? I mean, this is just spending more money without necessarily achieving more results. So we've got 2 people out at the moment that are going to be seen in some fashion, but it's just not advancing their medicine. All right, this might call for some drastic action. I'm gonna dump all the cheap people out of ICU for starters. Right, 280 quid. Get out. You 1100. Okay, you make the cut for now. Next bed here. This one. 2,300. Welcome. You can stay for a while. Right, that's 2 empty beds in ICU at the moment. Let's do the same in HDU. 2,200. No, you can stay. 2,200. You can also stay. And you, sir. 2,300. I see. Look, these people are all willing to pay up good money in order to get the very best in hospital care, and I'm very willing to provide them the very payment 0 out. Not a charity. No, we're not adequately funded. You get out as well. And then, yeah, you see, this is something I should be doing more often. Is just booting people that are just in my way. Okay, right, we've got 3 ICU beds unclogged, and now we should have 2 when the second stretcher bearer turns up, and that's got the trauma centre moving. Good. All right, high dependencies instantly fill back up again. Okay, that's good. The ambulance just went out for some more. Excellent. Right, now this is the kind of thing, because all I need to do is to get these patients out of hospital, and they'll start paying me some ruddy money, which will be jolly useful. Right, what about you clowns upstairs? 910, yeah, 1,800. Oh, okay, fine, be like that. The observation patients don't seem anywhere near as bothered about actually moving around the place. Now I can try assigning them to different treatment regimes. 320, you should be lucky. What about you? 320 as well. But if I see any more zeros, no, zeros are out. We're not a charity, and we'll take on a slightly more beneficial to humanity kind of role. Now I've had enough of you, mate. You can go. Once there is the fluidity of bank balance happening again. Because I want to get my next clinics up and running, and I'm going to have trouble doing that if you people are cleaning me out. No chance, Mark. Sorry, I don't know what has befallen you, but I'm not the people to treat it. Go and get yourself a National Health Service. You'll find that works much better. Right. Okay. Good. Okay, now then, let's see what we've got. That's a couple of hospital beds clear, which should allow a couple of observation beds to move forward. I hope. If that isn't the case, then I don't know what. Now, eventually, I'm going to move the nurses' station up onto the first floor. As I mentioned before, we'll situate all our doctors and nurses kind of in a central parapet, which is entirely the wrong word, a central bunker up here somewhere, and then we should have far less queuing going on. See, look, it's just a non-stop parade even of people waiting to be seen. And if I could just get them treated and get them out, then we'd get some money coming back in, and I could pursue my next round of exciting goals. Because the next round of exciting goals is to take all the doctor's offices here and the waiting room and reception area, so basically all of this front end, and stick it in this back end here. Now that's going to involve moving the surgery, but that's fine. We've got another whacking great room down here that we can do for that. Oh, incidentally, I put together an impromptu cleaning closet there, just to get an extra cleaner, because I thought it might be that the surgical bay wasn't getting cleaned quickly enough, or maybe ICU wasn't getting cleaned too well, so I put that in to make sure we had extra cleaning staff working, because I want to keep my star rating up, because that's what's going to attract people in the first place. Where are we? 6 o'clock, and we've got 1,600 quid in the bank. That is going to leave us down for the day again. Yeah, I mean, when you're emptying out by a couple of K every day, life is bad, friends. Right, ICU still got a bed. HDU's full, but I'm not. We're still not at home. To tell you what, no, you get out as well. 320 quid. I'd rather have your bed for someone who's going to pay me 10 times as much. I know, freaky, isn't it? Anyone else? Now, we've got quite a few people coming in through Adomigut. which leads me to believe that maybe some kind of clinic for internal problems might move things along a little bit. But it's going to be a while before I can do the hospitalization for those guys, or proper surgery or anything along those lines. So what I've got should work. The issue is it's not, and that's really all there is to tell. It's not that they're waiting for scanners. I mean, people are just, they're all asleep now, but I've got people on standby. They're just not doing very much. All right, let's rock this forward till tomorrow, and then we'll have a look and see what sort of throughput we actually manage to get over the course of the day. Taking people in, patients being seen, is that gets tracked quite adequately. But what doesn't get tracked is how many people actually leave. So maybe if we watch the exit, no, that wouldn't do it either, because we don't know if they've been treated or not. I'm gonna poke the stats button, see if that reveals any wisdom that might help me out. And if I can't figure it out, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to take to the forums, and that's a fate worse than death when it comes to trying to glean any useful information. It's full of "is this as good as" type posts, and how are the devs, and all of this kind of stuff, and you just kind of go, no, I just need to know why is my hospital broken. That's a very different question. The ambulance has just arrived again, and once again, trauma centre is occupied. He's waiting for a bed. Now, critical to getting people through is this little room here. Now, this is the what do they call it? Observation lounge. The observation lounge, marvellous. And tonight we have on the day, it's the Diagnostics Unit. There you go. Now, a slightly larger Diagnostics Unit, so that I could diagnose more patients at once, might help. It does seem to get a reasonable amount of action. What have we got? 100% workload day and night. So a larger one of those, well, it will have to be either hope a couple of people leave or take out another loan. Let's call up the money here. Now then, we will get some more cash in today, but I'm thinking we set up, we make this a 4-berther, and we'll use this big empty room we've got over here to house it in for the time being. In fact, we don't even need to do that. I can just redesignate this. In fact, let's do it. Right, you are the Diagnostics Unit. Right. No, not that one, this one. Okay, right. Welcome. You are now a Diagnostics Unit. A really big one. Now then, we need an exam table. There, 300 notes ago. All right, I can have a couple of them. Right, you there and you here. No, let's give them some breathing space. In fact, let's turn them around. There you go. You go and sit there. You can stop that. You come over here. Give me a loan. Let's not hang around here. Now that's perilous. I mean, that's throwing away 600 quid a day on loan servicing. It's not even repayment. It's just servicing at this stage. And then what else do you need? You need an audiometer. You need a dialysis machine. Now I've chucked out a couple of people that needed dialysing. So maybe that will help. We'll give them the good biohazard bin, because there's no sense in saving money there. Put the disinfector on the wall. There you go. Next, a tall equipment cabinet. Well, no problem. We'll stick that. Well, we can stick it anywhere we like, really. We've got tons of space. This is all temporary, you understand, because we'll move all of this as soon as we've figured out exactly where the bottleneck is, and maybe this feels like it could be a solution of sorts. Mobile workstation, you're both going to want one of those. Now, you see, this is where it gets a little bit confusing, because this turns yellow until you put the overhead something or other in there. Now, you see, look, they're non-operative. Right, where do you want to sit? Mobile workstation. Mobile workstation can be placed here, but will block access to another object. Where have I got them going on in there? Oh, we only need one. Do we, though? Yeah, you only need one for the whole room. Okay, fine. In which case, we'll stick it up there. It can be mobile. We'll sort that out. Delete that one. Right, an eye test. Fine. That's well within our capabilities. Banging on the wall. An audiometer and a CRP scan. Okay, that sounds far too easy. Equipment tabler. And another equipment tabler. Alright, okay. I mean, these are all really basic stuff. Just about every unit has got these in. Alright, that should be, there it is. Yeah, whoomp, as we say. Now, you don't even need to assign staff to these because they're pulled from the pool of doctors, many of whom spend a lot of their time sitting around with, twiddling their thumbs and so forth. So it's an ugly evaluation centre, but it is an evaluation centre nonetheless. And if that can affect our throughput, we'll find out pretty quickly, I would have thought. It's not nurses. And look, we've got 2 of them bobbleheading away there now. It's not doctors, because 2 of them are sat there doing nothing. I don't know what it is. Same is true over here. Doctors, nurses, all sat around doing nothing. And these are my regular hospitalisation nurses as well. Kate Nurse there, see? She's just gone on her rounds. There's nothing out of the ordinary to that. Now, the only thing that does slow us up a little is when there's a surgery to do, because they haul the chap in, and all 6 of the people from here are required in the room to get it done. But they don't hang around that long. See, look, we're in, we're gone, we're done. All right, he's been evaluated, he's back in bed, and then we're just waiting for him to get out of my hospital. $2,500 worse off. Where's he going now? No, he's being evaluated again. All right, okay, good. Yep, you've got a renal laceration, which is painful. Has he gone? Is he discharged? Oh no, he's gone to a regular bed. That's freed up a bit of HDU, which is good. But we already had a spare bed there anyway. We got 2 spare beds, unless they're just picked. No. He's back. Right, what's going on with you now? So, ICU hospitalisation. That's the only thing that we can do for him. We're given a blood transfusion and some oxygenotherapy and HDU. Can't do anything else for the man because we've got nowhere else we can do anything. We're just going through the full list of available treatments, and once that's done, maybe he'll leave. Meanwhile, these action items here have seen absolutely no use. So there you go. That wraps it up. What I was intending to do today was different to this. What I've actually accomplished is significantly less than I had originally hoped. But there you are. Such is the life of the hospital administrator. Now, I'm tempted to take on a chief medic and see if that speeds things along at all. After all, if I'm just going to take out another loan on a daily basis, I might as well go hell for leather to try and get this working. But it's a puzzler, friends, because I don't know what bung needs uncorking. Obviously, a bung and a cork are probably the same thing, although something can be bunged up, I suppose. But that's the same thing. That's a bung. Oh, whatever. Anyway, I've been Colonel Failure. I know, slightly despondent. It's not your fault. It's mine. I mean, there's obviously a kink in the system somewhere, and I don't know what it is. More beds is not the solution. We only get 40 people in a day, and not all 40 of them require any kind of an overnight stop. 10 of them strolled out the front door today. And not because they'd paid me a shed load of cash. They'd just got fed up or died, or a number of other undesirable things. Anyway, I look forward to reading your suggestions in the comments as to what the cause might be. You're as familiar with this establishment as I am, so why not let me know what you reckon? I'm willing to try just about anything at this stage of proceedings, so make that happen. Either way, I'll be back soon with a little bit more of the same, so subscribe if you've not already done so, and fling a like at this one if you too are feeling a little perplexed. And I'll catch you soon. Cheerio. I am perplexed no longer. I have fixed it. I played another 2-3 hours after recording this one, because I thought, I'm not gonna hang around and wait to fix it. I'll get it done now while my mind's still fresh and full of hospital. So I have actually resolved it, and the problem is not what you might expect. Well, it probably is what you expect. Anyway, you're going to have to wait for the next episode to find out what the problem was and how I fixed it. Subscribe to make sure you don't miss out on that. Now, the series is winding up, friends. We're going to wrap this pretty soon. Maybe another 2 or 3 episodes, and we'll have it done so that I can move on to bigger and brighter and bolder things. So stay tuned for the gripping climax of this series.